I think vinyl is definitely coming back, primarily because it lasts forever. Like vinyl records here are from like the 70s and 80s, and they're still really good condition. Whereas if you buy CDs, they might only last 5 years, and then you can't use them anymore. So I think vinyl's becoming popular again.
Yeah, I mean, the whole issue of vinyls and retro coming back, it's coming very popular to the point now retro is no longer retro. I think it's just coming into the mainstream, and then it will just fade away like they all do. Vinyls should be here to stay. I think the only problem will be is it's a lot more expensive to buy a vinyl because of the cost of producing one. I bought the BDI album on vinyl, it cost me 20 quid. To buy it on a CD would be like maybe 8 quid. But it depends how you want it. You know, people say it sounds better. It's a bit of a lie, really. It depends how good your record player is and your sound system. You know, CDs probably do sound slightly better, but if the popularity comes up, then I'm sure the quality of the turntables will pick up again.
Vinyl's never been away. It was only the industry telling you when they wanted to buy CDs. You've always still been able to. Probe Records has always sold new vinyl. You know, people don't believe me when you say you can still buy Beatles records. They've never deleted Beatles vinyl. So it's only an industry thing.
Yeah, I think vinyl will always be around, but there'll come to an age where it won't work anymore, like with 78s. People aren't making enough vinyl now for it to be like a piece of history in the future. It's a nostalgic thing already.
I think people are rediscovering their kind of like affinity with it and their love of it. I think it'll always have a very, very, very kind of central role from a purist perspective. I don't think it'll ever come back as being a primary kind of format that people interact with music en masse. But I think its role as a key kind of artifact for people who enthuse about music and enthuse about kind of physical music, I think is here for a long, long, long time. And the success of Record Store Day last weekend probably demonstrates that. And how you see even major record labels releasing limited edition runs of exclusive only vinyl releases shows that even on a kind of quite a heavy kind of corporate level, people realise the kind of deep-seated affection that a lot of music enthusiasts have with vinyl as a medium. Like,
obviously in Britain and the world we're in like a global recession, so I think a lot of people are looking back at the past and realising what we had in the past is actually quite a lot better than a lot of the stuff that's being brought out now. So obviously a lot of young children have iPhones and iPods and things, and it has sort of fueled, because they've listened to old music for free and they've downloaded it very cheaply. I think it has made some young people actually go out and find the real thing on vinyl. So although some people would argue that modern electronic formats of music have killed vinyl, I think it probably has reinvigorated it a bit, because if you're a young person out there, you've found a great tune on the internet, then it's much better to actually own that tune in a vinyl format, I think. So yeah, I think it'll get more and more popular. I think it's a cyclical thing. I think people didn't like vinyl in the old... Well, they fell out of love with vinyl because it takes up a lot of space, but I think people will realise that it's worth giving up a little bit of your space in your house to have some nice vinyl, and it's just nice to actually own something rather than just have it, in the ether somewhere on your computer.
Lots of musicians now are doing vinyl as well as CDs, aren't they? So I think it's made a comeback. It'll never be like it used to be, but there'll still be a market for vinyl, I think. And if they only make a limited edition, that means that the price of the vinyl will go up in the future.
Everything can now be condensed to the size of an iPhone screen. Absolutely everything that you want. You can get your music on there, you can get your films on there, you can get your books on there, you can get any sort of information that you want, you can get your newspapers on there. That is necessarily all we need. And that's kind of sad. I think as humans we have an inclination to connect as humans and have artefacts around us, and like just have trinkets and have things that remind us of past times.
But then you've got to remember how kind of short the whole idea that people buy music in a physical format, in terms of like, people have only been buying records for, it's less than 100 years, and really in the grand scheme of kind of like culture and human civilization, it's nothing. So who knows what's going to happen.